What do you think lurks around in the shadows, in the dense forests, luring humans towards their untimely demise? You've probably heard of skinwalkers, and you might even think they're not real. That's what Mary Ann thought till that horrifying night she almost died. This is a bone-chilling encounter Mary Ann had with a skinwalker pretending to be her husband John. Click away now if you want to sleep tonight, because this story will haunt your nightmares.
Mary Ann Road, open the door.
The banging on the door got louder and louder. John was probably dead, now it was coming after me. I stood terrified in shock, my hands slick with cold sweat. I willed myself to move. Although what was the point? It would get me no matter what. 2 hours ago, I was sitting at the kitchen table waiting for my husband John to come home. We live in a secluded area a little away from the main city. Houses were cheaper here, and it was all John and I could afford with our little savings. Honestly, I found it quite peaceful, surrounded by the forest. There was even a lake nearby. The only downside was that John's work was an hour's drive away. Since he worked long hours, he would come back home pretty late sometimes. He would always text me before leaving his office. I would wait for him at the kitchen table, reading or scrolling through my phone. It was our little routine. Today was no different. John had texted me a little after 10 p.m. saying that he was leaving. I took my phone and sat at the kitchen table. I'll just watch an episode of a show I've been following. By the time it ends, John will be back. Around halfway through the episode, I felt the lights flickering. Strange. Maybe there was an issue with the power lines. A few seconds later, I heard it. Someone was knocking on the kitchen door, followed by John's voice.
Mary, open the door.
I was confused. There was no way John was back so soon. And even if he was, he had the keys. Why was he asking me to open the door?
Please open the door.
Okay, maybe he forgot his keys. I got up and walked towards the kitchen door. The lights flickered once again. I felt a pit of unease in my stomach. Something wasn't right. The knocking was getting a little louder and more impatient. I was starting to get scared. I called John's phone. He didn't answer. I called him again. Why wouldn't he pick up? My blood was running cold.
Mary Ann, open the door!
John's voice had turned stern. He never called me Mary Ann. Cold sweat was running down my body. It wasn't John. I called his phone again and again, desperately willing him to pick up. Then he finally answered. Hello? I almost cried with relief. John, where are you? I squeaked. I'm just about to reach. What's wrong, honey? The realization hit me. I was safe inside. He would run into that thing outside. John, don't come home, I pleaded. What, why? He sounded confused. John, there's something outside. Please don't come home. There's something outside. I desperately pleaded. Honey, stay on the line. What's outside? I heard his car in the driveway. John, don't get out of the car. Please don't get out. I was sobbing. Honey, I can see you. What are you doing outside? And the line went silent. John, no, that's not me, I begged. Silence. John, where are you? The banging had stopped. I couldn't hear anything. It was eerily silent. What happened to him? Then it started again, the banging more desperate, much louder.
Mary Ann Road, open the door!
I heard John's voice, but it sounded sinister, distorted. This was not him. I picked up my phone and dialed 911.
911. What is your emergency?
Asked a female voice. Hello, there's someone trying to break into my house, I managed to say.
Ma'am, I need you to remain calm and do as I say. Can you do that?
Mary Ann!
John's voice shouted angrily. Yes, I whispered, ignoring the loud banging.
Ma'am, I need you to lock all doors and hide. Help is on the way, but I need you to hide till we get there. Can you do that?
Okay.
I'll stay on the line. Help is on the way.
I gathered my wits and ran up the stairs. I rushed into my bedroom and locked the door behind me. Then I squeezed myself into the closet, shivering uncontrollably. Then I heard a loud crash. That thing had broken the kitchen door. I was hyperventilating. I couldn't breathe.
Ma'am, what's going on?
It's inside. It's in my house, I stammered between deep breaths.
Ma'am, I need you to remain calm. Stay hidden and don't make a sound. We're almost there.
I heard loud footsteps on the wooden staircase. I clutched the phone tightly against my chest. Tears were streaming down my face. It was outside my bedroom.
Mary Ann, I know you're in there. Let me in.
I heard loud crashes, like something large and heavy was throwing itself against the bedroom door. I covered my mouth to stifle any sound. It knew I was in here. With a deafening crash, the bedroom door came off its hinges. I heard loud footsteps making their way towards where I was hiding.
Marianne, why are you hiding from me?
I was paralyzed in fear. I covered my mouth with both hands to stop myself from screaming. Any moment it would open the closet door. I said a quick prayer. I'll be with John soon. Maybe it will be quick. Oh Lord, please make it quick, I thought desperately. Then I heard loud gunshots and an unearthly shriek. I heard loud voices, a crash of glass breaking. A calm voice spoke to me.
Ma'am, it's the police. You're safe now.
Slowly, I opened the closet door. An elderly officer with a kind face was standing in front of me. There were 2 others in my room, speaking on their radios in hurried voices. What happened? I asked shakily.
A skinwalker. We shot it, but it ran out the window. Luckily, we received a call from your husband, so we got here in time.
My husband? Was John alive? John came bursting into the room. He wordlessly pulled me into a giant embrace, stroking my hair. John, how are you alive? I sobbed into his chest. John explained that he parked his car in the driveway. He saw me outside, knocking on the kitchen door when Preston, our neighbour, grabbed his arm and dragged John towards his house. That thing pretending to me had changed its form. It was tall, black, and had slender arms and legs. In the confusion, his phone slipped out of his hand as he ran to Preston's house. As soon as he got in, he called the police with Preston's phone, while Preston locked all the doors. He said he wanted to go to our house because I was inside, but Preston insisted we wait for the police, otherwise we all would be killed. Preston was taking the trash out when John's car pulled into the driveway. He saw that thing outside my kitchen door and rushed over to save John. We didn't sleep that night. We packed our things and went to stay at my mother's. Needless to say, we sold our house and shifted far, far away from the forest and the thing that lived inside.
Sleep tight, dear listener, if you can. If you enjoyed this chilling tale, consider subscribing for more bone-chilling stories that will keep you up long after the lights are out. Until next time, remember, sometimes the darkest shadows hide the bravest hearts,